July 22nd, 2011, I uploaded my very first video. Guys, I have been doing YouTube for 15 years now. So 2011, 2012, I was uploading consistently. It wasn't every day because I did have high school that I still had to go to at the time. 2013 to 2017, that was a 5-year range where I barely uploaded anything. Then 2018 to this year is when I was consistently uploading again. So 15 years total, 11 of which were active years. So I made a community post about this, but I decided to make a video as well because it seems like a interesting thing to vlog about. You know, doing YouTube for 15 years or 11 years, depending on how you want to look at it. Yeah, so my first video, as I stated in the beginning of the video, July 22nd, 2011. Now, before we go any further, I have removed a huge chunk of my content, including my first video, and some of those have been re-uploaded to my Gaming Archive channel. Now, if you guys saw my 3,000 subscriber special video, we actually reacted to 3 videos, and one of them was my very first video. But yeah, I deleted a huge chunk of my content, and there's also like some that are private and some that are unlisted. But yeah, back to the topic. I've been doing YouTube for 15 years. My first videos from 2011 and 2012, they were terrible. The way I recorded was awful. I had like this old-fashioned camera that I no longer have, and I would point at the TV screen and play Tekken Tag Tournament. Most of the videos in 2011, 2012 were me playing Tekken Tag Tournament. There was no commentary, no thumbnail, no editing. It was awful, okay? I would take a camera, as I mentioned, record the video, and once I was done, I would use USB and then put it on this old desktop computer that I no longer have, and then upload it to YouTube. That's how I started. 2013 to 2017, I barely uploaded, and when I did, it wasn't even a gaming videos. I stopped doing gaming videos for some reason. Oh, and I had a different name. My original name was not the Gaming Tigerz. It was HipHopFanatic1211. Yes, that was my original channel name. And then by the time we went to 2017, I changed it to something else that still was not the Gaming Tiger. When we get to 2018, I was still doing some, non-gaming videos, but I also started getting back to gaming videos. And it was when I was recording videos consistently again. But this time, instead of using a camera and then uploading it to like a desktop computer, I had a phone and I was using a phone camera. It was basically the same concept, but instead of a regular camera, it was a phone camera, and I was just uploading it directly to the YouTube mobile app. I still was not doing thumbnails. I still was not editing videos. It was still terrible. But there's one thing that changed in 2018. March 2018 is when I did my first Let's Play. It's when I actually talked while playing a game. Now, I was doing talking and non-gaming videos, but I never actually talked when playing a game before until March 2018. It was a game called Death by Degrees. In the first episode of Death by Degrees, we actually looked at in my 3,000 subscriber special video. And yeah, it was basically the way I was recording was the same way I was recording the non-commentary videos. I was recording the same way with the phone camera, no editing, no thumbnails, nothing. The only difference is that I was talking, and it was very awkward. Okay, this is how I sounded like. This is the very first words I ever spoke in a gaming videos. You guys ready? You guys are gonna be blown away by the energy, okay? Just brace yourself now. You better hold on to your seat because it was full of energy, okay? Listen. Hey guys. It's me. That's how I started. Yep. Oh boy, a lot of people were blown away by that energy. Just the way I sounded. Hey guys, it's me. Can you imagine if I was still doing videos like that? Listen, I already have bad average view duration, but if I was still doing it that way, my AVD would be even worse than it is right now. Oh boy, but yeah, that was my first time. March 2018 was my first time doing lessons. Now, at first, I wasn't doing like a typical Let's Play. I was more doing it like a walkthrough. So I was saying like, hey, you can do this. I was like explaining the buttons. But then I think by episode 4 is when I started doing typical Let's Plays. Basically what I do today. But originally it was more like a walkthrough style than a traditional Let's Play style. But it did transition into a traditional Let's Play style. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And then later on to 2019, I changed my channel name again. Still was not the Gaming Tigerz, by the way. And yeah, I was still doing the same stuff, but eventually I started playing mobile games using a screen recorder on my phone. Also, let me adjust this. You guys can because look, it's all shadowy. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. I have to wear a hat, guys. I probably shouldn't be wearing a hat because it does have this weird like mix of light and shadow, but my hair is not the best right now. I really gotta get my hair cut, so I have to keep this hat on, okay? But yeah, I started playing mobile games. The first time was a mobile version of Roblox. It was this Roblox lobby, which technically would count as the very first time I played Roblox. But anyways, I'm getting off topic here. I have a habit of doing that. I just ramble sometimes. Yeah, so I started playing mobile games, and a little later on, I actually started to make thumbnails and actually edit my videos. The first editing software I used, I honestly don't remember. I think it had the word YouTube in it, or YouMovie. I don't remember, okay? I don't remember. But eventually, I transitioned to Power Director. And as time went on, I got a little better with the editing. Still not very great at thumbnails. But yeah, I got a little better at the editing, and eventually I started using Facecam for the mobile. It only worked for the mobile recordings. Like the ones where I was using my phone camera, obviously the way those are recorded, I can't really show my face, otherwise I can't pointing at the TV screen. But the mobile recordings, I could use Facecam. The only difference is that on mobile screen recordings, if your Facecam was in the way of something that you needed, I had to like do this, make my Facecam go down so I can press the button. It was very weird. It was a different time. Also, if I had my thumb on the microphone of my phone, it would cause like static. You could barely hear my voice. It was a weird time. It was a weird time. But at the same time, mobile recordings was the most professional way that I could have made videos at the time. Compare the video game recording where I just pointing at the TV screen to a mobile screen recording. The mobile screen recording was legitimately the most professional way I could do it. But yeah, so I would do a screen record, I would record video, and I would just upload it directly to the YouTube mobile app after editing the video, of course. Now, there were like some moments where I had to take a break. I will get to that momentarily. 2021, early 2021, I think February or maybe April 2021, I got my gaming laptop and I actually started using OBS. Now, at this point, I was already making videos for, I think it'll be 10 years, 2011 to 2021. I think that counts as 10 years, minus the 5 years where I wasn't very active, so I guess it'll be 5 active years. Regardless, it was a decent amount of time. So I was already getting used to like the commentary and the editing and the thumbnailing, but I had not used OBS before. Okay, so I was getting used to OBS. I did not have all my equipment. I did not have headphones. I did not have a microphone. I had a really, really bad camera. The first 2 videos, I also didn't even have a mouse. So I had to use like this little touchpad thing on my laptop, and trust me, playing a game with it is not very fun. So yeah, I had to learn the new things of OBS. So sometimes my mic, when I finally got a microphone, it would be a little bit too loud, or it would be too short. My face cam would sometimes be a little bit too large. I mean, the game capture, window capture, whatever, sometimes it wasn't positioned properly because I just didn't know much about OBS at the time. I was an OBS noob. But yeah, but over time I got better with it. And then March 2021 is when I changed my name to the Gaming Tigerz. So I've technically been the Gaming Tigerz longer than I've been my previous channel name. But yeah, also, I wasn't really a PC player. with the exception of like Minesweeper and Solitaire, I never really played PC games. So not only did I have to learn how to record using OBS, but I just had to straight up learn how to play PC games in general. I had to learn how to use a mouse and a keyboard with WASD, sometimes arrow keys, depending on what the PC game is. It took some time, but eventually I learned. And as the years went by, I learned to separate my audio from my voice in the game, and eventually I learned how to separate my gameplay from my face cam, which was really, really fun for me to learn. And even today, I'm still learning how to do things. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube for 15 years, 11 of which are active years. Now, there were moments where I had to take a break from YouTube for various reasons. One of which was because I had COVID, and obviously I was like really sick. I could barely get out of bed. So there was no way I could record a video, edit a video, make the thumbnail. I just couldn't do it, okay? I wasn't feeling very well. It was at the time I had 400 or close to 400 subscribers. It was a bad time. I literally could not make content back then. I had COVID and it was bad. Okay, it was bad back then. It was sometime in 2021. And another time I had to take a break. This one was only 2 years ago. I had to take a break because I was having a hard time finding opportunities to record videos. So aside from uploading a few shorts every once in a while, I pretty much took a 3-month break. And I'm pretty sure you guys seen my video called The Gaming Tigerz is Back. Yeah, I think I explained it in that video. But yeah, but ever since then, I've never really taken any breaks since those times. Also, I've been going through different editing software. So I used that first editing software, whose name I don't remember, then Power Director, then it was Adobe Premiere Rush, then Adobe Premiere Pro, and now I use DaVinci Resolve to edit my videos, which is really great. I love DaVinci Resolve. I think it's wonderful. But yeah, I've been recording videos for a long time. How many times have I said that? So yeah, when you go over here, I'm currently logged into my channel. My oldest video is only 4 years old. My oldest public video is 4 years old. But trust me when I say this, guys, I've been doing YouTube for way longer than that. Also, as of this recording, I have 939 videos. That's how many public videos I have. So you guys remember the 939 public videos? Well, according to my analytics, you have it set to lifetime. So July 4th, 2011 to August 2nd, 2026. Technically, my channel was created on July 5th, not July 4th. So I don't know why it's saying July 4th there, but we'll ignore it. Apparently, in total, when counting every video I've ever recorded, I've made 2,356 videos. And the only reason why it's not more is because, like I said earlier, I barely uploaded on 2013 to 2017. If I had uploaded consistently all 15 years, this number right here probably would have been in the 5,000 range. Maybe 4,000 at the very least. But yeah, I have been doing this for a long time. I have not been making YouTube videos for only 4 years. Some of you guys who have been with me before I removed all those videos, you guys already know this, but to those of you who have just came to the channel, I assure you, I've been doing YouTube longer than 4 years. I mean, you can see right here, you've got 2014, right? It's showing content from 2013. Apparently, it doesn't have content from 2011 and 2013. There's no data for this period, but you gotta take my word for it. I did do videos in 2011 and 2012. But yeah, like this. You can clearly see there was also some gaps, as I mentioned earlier. Then by the time we get to here, 2018, it's when yeah, look at this. I've been doing YouTube way longer than 4 years, guys. You can tell just by this chart alone. I have it set to lifetime. I've been doing this for a long time. I am not a YouTuber. That was a terrible joke. But yeah, 15 years later, I'm still making content. I now have 3,000 subscribers, 3.41k subscribers to be exact. Yeah, and I'm already close to 1,000 public videos, which is insane. Which means that technically I would be at 3,000 total videos overall. Wow, or close to it at least. Sometimes it's hard to believe that I've been doing this for 15 years. Or 11 years if you want to count active years. But anyways, I'm really starting to ramble, so I'm just gonna end the recording here. Thank you guys so much for listening to me go blah 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 blah. I just felt like making a vlog video today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow for a gaming video.